Dozens of German tanks have suddenly appeared in Ukraine, which has sent shockwaves through the government. The mysterious arrival of these armored giants raises the question about their alliances and goals, making the area full of suspense and uncertainty. What is the reason for this secret deployment, and how will it change the geopolitical chessboard, which is always changing? As tensions rise, the whole world waits with bated breath to see what will happen next in this exciting story of international intrigue. There have been rumors circulating that Russia has covertly delivered T-14 Armata tanks to Ukraine. However, hard evidence in the form of photographs to back up these claims has been difficult to come by. There are rumors that the T-14 Armata tanks have been moved into Ukraine, which has the potential to change the way the conflict is playing out in the region. The Russian state media maintains that new tanks have been providing fire support from a position just behind the front lines, despite the fact that there is no visual evidence to support this claim. On the other hand, they have not been used in direct assaults, most likely because there is a greater risk of loss in these kinds of situations. A strategic move by Russia to counterbalance the modern main battle tanks that have been promised to Ukraine by the United States and other European countries. Russia's decision to send T-14 Armata tanks to Ukraine could be seen as a strategic move by some. The T-14 Armata is a cutting-edge tank that comes equipped with a number of cutting-edge features, such as fully digital systems, an unmanned turret, and an armored capsule that protects the crew. The T-14 Armata is a formidable adversary on the battlefield because it is armed with a cannon that is 125 millimeters in caliber, anti-tank missiles, and active protection systems. However, it is necessary to point out that the T-14 Armata, in addition to other tanks such as the M1 Abrams and the Leopard 2, has never been used in actual tank combat during a conflict. This is a significant limitation on the T-14 Armata. If it were confirmed that T-14 Armata tanks were present in Ukraine, this information would undoubtedly have a significant impact on both the ongoing conflict and the distribution of power in the region. However, the scope of Russia's deployment and the effect that these highly advanced tanks will have on the situation are unknown, as long as there is no concrete visual evidence to support these hypotheses. However, experts have noted that the Armata has a number of advantages over the T-72 and T-90 tanks. Want to know the advantages? We'll let you know soon. But before that, drop your bomb now on the subscribe button and be a member of our exclusive military family. Now, let's get back to the advantages, including powerful weapons and a unique armored capsule for the crew that is separated from the tank's ammunition and fuel. This increases the chances of the crew surviving even if the tank is destroyed while it is engaged in combat. In addition, loading the gun barrel does not require the assistance of a human being at any point. According to the report, the T-14 Armata has the potential to be a game changer on the battlefield. This is due to the fact that it was developed to work in tandem with infantry fighting vehicles, or IFVs, and would most likely be deployed in this capacity. Despite the fact that Russian media have provided extensive coverage of the French article, the Armata is not yet engaged in combat. The report, on the other hand, arrives at a timely point as Ukraine is getting ready to launch a massive counteroffensive against Russia, which could result in the largest ever tank battle between the two countries. Earlier, it was reported by Eurasian Times that the anticipated counteroffensive had been delayed due to Rasputista, which is the season of soggy black mud in Ukraine. This season impedes vehicular movement and would prove to be an impediment for the Western tanks and IFVs of Ukraine's army. Because the Ukrainian Army's tank brigades have now deployed the advanced Leopard 2 tanks and cutting-edge IFVs that they have received from their NATO allies, the Ukrainian Army is now prepared with its modern Western tanks. The main battle tanks that will be supplied to Ukraine by the United States and other European countries include the M1 Abrams and Challenger 2 tanks. These nations have given their word that they will fulfill their obligations. This pledge is a demonstration of international support for Ukraine as it continues to fight Russia. The United States has given its approval for Ukraine to receive 31 M1 Abrams tanks, which will increase the country's existing armored capabilities. The M1 Abrams is a legendary tank that has earned acclaim for its formidable firepower, cutting-edge technology, and enduring design. The United States hopes that by supplying Ukraine with these tanks, it will be possible to improve Ukraine's defensive capabilities and discourage any further aggression. Hey folks, before we get any further, lock your aim at the bell icon, fire it now, and be a member of our exclusive military family. And now, coming back to the topic. So, the United States of America and a number of countries in Europe have also come forward to offer assistance to Ukraine. The United Kingdom has declared its intention to deliver 14 Challenger 2 tanks, which were manufactured in the UK. And this will result in an increase in the size of Ukraine's armored forces. In order to provide assistance to Ukraine's armed forces, Germany has given its approval for the donation of 14 Leopard 2 tanks along with ammunition. The provision of these cutting-edge main battle tanks exemplifies the dedication of the international community. The T-14 tanks, more specifically the T-14 Armata tanks, are said to be playing a role in providing fire support, but they have not been used in any direct assaults on the front lines, according to the reports. This leads one to believe that their current operational usage is concentrated on providing assistance to the forces that are already in place, rather than leading direct offensive operations. The T-14 tanks are strategically positioned to provide firepower and support to the troops that are actively engaged in combat by positioning them behind the front lines. Because they are positioned in this manner, the tanks are able to make use of their sophisticated weaponry, such as their 125mm cannons and anti-tank missiles, without having to worry about the increased dangers that are associated with direct assaults. The Russian military could be said to be employing a strategy of extreme caution with this approach. They are able to make full use of the T-14 tank's capabilities while simultaneously lowering the risk of suffering significant casualties if they employ the tanks in a fire support role. Direct assaults typically involve greater dangers due to the increased likelihood of the tanks being damaged or destroyed as a result of increased exposure to hostile fire during the assault. Overall, this strategy demonstrates a calculated use of the T-14 tanks in which the tanks are utilized to the fullest extent possible in order to maximize their firepower and support capabilities while mitigating risks. The T-14 tanks are able to make a contribution to the ongoing conflict without directly engaging in the frontline assaults because they can contribute to the conflict by providing fire support from behind the front lines. The manufacturers of the T-14 Armata tanks acknowledge that there have been problems with the tank's engines and thermal imagers, but they claim that these problems have been solved after being investigated and addressed. Despite these early setbacks, the T-14 Armata has a number of notable features, such as advanced digital systems, an unmanned turret, and modular and active protection systems. These systems are all designed to protect the crew from harm. According to the producers, the problems that the T-14 Armata tanks had with their engines and thermal imagers have reportedly been fixed. This info comes from the producers, and these enhancements are intended to improve the tank's performance and address any concerns regarding its reliability that may have been brought up during testing or during previous deployments. It is anticipated that once these adjustments have been made, the tanks will perform on the battlefield in a manner that is both more effective and reliable. In addition to this, the T-14 Armata tanks have cutting-edge digital systems built into them, which enables them to have superior command and control capabilities. Because the crew members of the tank are contained within an isolated armored capsule, the unmanned turret design helps to minimize the dangers that they face by keeping them safe from harm. The tank's defensive capabilities are improved thanks to its modular and active protection systems, which provide additional protection against anti-tank threats. Other examples of the tank's advanced features include an active and modular protection system. These upgrades are intended to improve the tank's reliability, effectiveness, and survivability, further establishing its position as a cutting-edge and powerful armored vehicle. That's all for the video today, but we'll be right back soon. Let me ask, have you dropped your bomb on the subscribe button? If you haven't yet, what are you waiting for? Drop it now and be a member of our exclusive military family.